in the VIP account we managed to fall back a bit more than before because the opponents managed to level up with the resources that they gathered during that 1 month while I was absent. So let's see what I can demonstrate here, why I'm still playing this, what the objectives are, and how can we get back to first place. So first of all, the power dynamic, the power leaderboard is not indicative of what is going on here because this is about a week after the emblem chart introduction, when the emblems got replaced by emblem charts. Not sure when you're gonna view this video because I still had some backlog with the publication, but this doesn't matter anymore. A better indication of strength is the arena, at least for the top teams. I'm currently third, not in terms of strength, but most of the time I can beat Cleric Gore. And you see that power doesn't make much of a difference. So, well, it does, but whether it's 7.5k or 7.4k or 8.6, I think I can get back to second place unless he did something new. I don't think so. So, despite skipping a month, I can still beat a higher VIP player, most likely. Let's see. Let's see, because I'm interested in myself as well in where we stand. This formation is gonna be okay. I have no idea how he beat me before. Well, actually, I will soon have an idea. Let's see ranking. No, not ranking, the report. What did he do? This looks like a fortress unit. On the back, a white tiger that became yellow. Barely, but he did it. So you see we're still stronger. That's just to re-establish the strength difference. Now, I have a suspicion that right now, as you can see, my formation, it's Inferno Fortress and I'm phasing out the priest. And the elemental, the psychic elemental is not psychic, what is it? Dark elemental is already out. And I'm phasing this unit out. There is a reason for this. Most players don't do this. If you check out the arsenal battle formation, there you see that all my battle formations are 0 except for Inferno and except for Fortress. And I did a bit of Cough here and there, a bit of Tower here and there, but it's not significant. The more I do this, and in fact I'm gonna unlock level 3 quite soon for Inferno, you see the percentage differences for attack, HP, critical hit and tenacity, possibly other things as well. And you see the extra bonuses that we can unlock for level 3, 4, 5, 6. The more I do this, the more our units are gonna become stronger for Inferno Fortress. And this is what we need for the main formations. This is the thought process behind this whole thing. Battle formation. This is one of the main differentiating factors. Other one is Eternal Crown. Actually, we can get to level 4. That's a big change as well. Because I make sure that every single day I go to Abyss Den. I've already done multiple times. And I sweep as many as possible because there is a cap. Not sure if you knew that there is a cap here, 8. Most people log in only once, even the best players sometimes log in only once. And they don't do this 8. And then we need to do this 50, 100, 150 a week. I get the last one all the time because it gives us 2 chests, not 1. This is obvious. And the battle formation, most players miss this as well. What I usually do, I can do is today, I select Inferno Fortress only because I don't have resources to do even Cov anymore. Only Inferno Fortress. You recognize Inferno Fortress here? I don't. So what do? Refresh. Inferno is here. Fortress is here. The rest is not here. These unlocking is easy. So refresh. There is one fortress. No Inferno. This is a tough one because it was not as good as usual. But I'm not paying diamonds because I already have a hard time putting things into the oven to, or whatever this is, to dismantle. I need some of these resources anyway. But I have to still keep the show going because this is one of the differentiating edge to always do the Inferno Fortress. Imagine those who don't have time, would they do this every single day? Very unlikely. So this is why I'm capitalizing on this. I'll tell you another reason why I'm optimistic on the long game. This is a new week for illusionary reshaping. Register, fine. Tomorrow there is gonna be more resources coming. If you go to illusory reshaping, you see that right now I am up against order and strength. These are the teams that I play against, mainly against order. So my account is set up to play against order. That's why if you want to make sure that you win, go to a new server and start with 2 accounts. But make sure that those accounts are different. So one plays, let's say, Inferno Fortress, the other plays Strength Guild, which is Stronghold Cove. Make sure they are different and the opponent cannot set their account up for all of you. Or if you have 3 accounts, well, it's quite hard to maintain, right? That's one thing I do every single week. Another thing I do, courage and stamina. Because one gives us extra damage, the other gives us extra damage reduction. Forget HP and attack, it doesn't matter. This is the other secret of my account strength. Well, it's only 368 because I missed the month. I missed basically, I'm not sure if it was 2 or 3 in total because I didn't register. But now I'm in, so I will continue. And this is 600k extra power. You need to know which one to choose. And now I choose damage, and you need to see whom you're up against. So the arena, you see that I'm up against Winry, order, fully order, and neutral. And Luca, who is also order and neutral. So this means I used to be against strength because of Lord Phoenix, but he was not my number 1 opponent. It was Winry, the number 1 opponent. Clerigor plays Inferno Fortress. So in fact, it's time to revise my account and select Inferno Fortress as the second. So instead of strength, that's why it's called reshaping, because you can reshape. That's damage reduction. The second one is damage increment against Inferno Fortress. Decreases enemy units damage reduction. Well, it depends which one you prefer. Decrease the enemy's damage reduction or enemy's damage. Either way. So now I'm up against Chaos and I kept the maxed out order. So Cleric will have some nasty surprises once it tries this again. So sure enough, that's how you play. And in the long game, it's inevitable that I'm gonna climb back to first place. Why is that? So you can check out the logins. Well, it seems like that some players are more active sometimes than other times. This is like active for the top 4, it seems, because they logged in recently. It doesn't always happen. Sometimes they are idle for a full day. But success leaves clues and failure leaves clues as well. If you check, for example, Stedwick, I skipped the month. Cleric is doing it. Well, Luca will do it sometime once he gets to it. But I saw Windry did it like 4 or 5 times in total. I'm behind, but not behind Windry. So despite skipping a month, I'm still ahead of Windry. And with the siege, you see basically what's going on. So that helps as well. We have these 4. Unfortunately, I cannot see where they stand right now and which level. But you can see Ruthless, Expert, Windry only Advanced, and I'm on normal because I'm falling behind. So he's not doing as much as he should. For example, here, I'm already an Expert, even though Windry is only on normal. How is that? I'm on difficult, Windry is on only Elite. But not sure which one is more. But you see that basically success leaves clues. Also Conflux Plane. That's a mode that I neglected at times. So Fire, I'm at the top. Well, actually there everyone is in the mix, it seems. Except here you see it, only 15. Why? So in some of the game modes it's not. Well, Earth is my weakness. Okay. It's many people's weakness. I haven't experimented with the proper solution to this. But you see that is neglecting some of the game modes, which comes really handy for us. And then in the long game, if we keep on getting stronger, the opponent won't even know why we are getting stronger. That's the other beauty. One thing they do know is the artifacts, where I'm still lying 4th, on par with Luca, despite the fact that I skipped a month. So that's funny. And I'm way ahead of Windry. Just look at this. Despite skipping a month once again. It's inevitable that sooner or later I'll get even stronger and get back to first place. War Machines, it's not my strength, but we're on par. And we're on par in a way that I'm hoarding these cogs. And most of my things are level 1. I chose to invest in level 10 stuff. And I didn't go for orange because it's not much of an increment. So that's the interesting part. Also with battle formation. See, once again, I'm getting closer to the 3rd level in Inferno as well as in Fortress. Well, this requires some units as well. And I'm this close to unlocking the 3rd level. So this helps. One more thing that helps, I keep on grinding the guild adventure. If you check the report, the ground report, intelligence, 119 resources collected in total. My usual collection rate is between 30 and 40, sometimes 50 per account. So others do a worse job, and yet I am always in the underground, earning diamonds. Who is not in the underground? Where is Luca? Why isn't he earning anything? So maybe he's getting more diamonds from the arena, but he's not getting all the diamonds that he could. When I'm really competitive, I move from here to here exactly at 5 a.m. So most people are not there even at 12. What does this mean? 7 hours times 12 diamonds. And now comes the worst thing. Why I think I have a major edge over Windry. So you can see that my formation is synergic, although it's time to phase out the priest. It's a neutral unit, it's getting weaker and weaker. Just as a comparison, 320 versus 240. It's getting worse and worse. I cannot wait to phase this unit out with some Inferno Fortress unit. Commander, Champion, Divine Herald. So you can do Guild and Chaos, and there you can see what the available units are. I'm leveling up a White Tiger because lately we're getting really cheap Commander units. The Domain would really help once you get 6-star. It's an inevitable replacement. So my team is gonna be synergic, containing 8 Inferno Fortress units. Let's see what Windry has. Windry has 8 units, but this unit is neutral. A 6-star Divine Herald. Of course he's stronger, and he's gonna stay stronger for a long time. Long time meaning months. But as the game moves on, unless he puts in the same effort into battle formation as I do, his unit is gonna get weaker and weaker and weaker until it's gonna become irrelevant. That's why Yorogumos are bad purchases. It's really good in early game and you can really flash with your account and do a lot of charges, like you can really make a difference. But in late game meaning like after level 110, when your account strength is not at all determined by adding new units, maybe 0 point something %, then it's gonna become irrelevant. So that's why, even though until level 100 this unit is still gonna be strong enough, it's inevitable that even if I just put in 10 minutes a day into this account, okay, 15 with the grinding, then eventually I will catch up. Where is Windry's real strength? It's Korita. Korita is currently a paid hero. You cannot get Korita in any other ways. There is not even an event. Because now you only have a Judicator event. Well, you can get commanders for quite expensively. I get most of them for free. All of them for free, in fact. And you have this event, which is for artifacts. But on these days you don't have Korita. But you can get them for like 95 euros. Original price 119. So he made this purchase. I didn't. And this means that for me the equivalent would be to get Khalid, the Inferno hero, because now I have a Fortress Generation 3 hero and I would need an Inferno Generation 3.5 hero to have the same team. And then this would mean that what's his name? Rashka? No, not Rashka. The Rashka is the other one. Drakon. Yeah, Drakon would go to the back row and Khalid would go to the front row. That's his main advantage. This is why he's in first place in the arena right now. But guess what? One day, just by waiting and doing nothing, one day an event will show up when the Generation 3.5 heroes are gonna be generally available and you can just get them for free. So no matter what, I will be there. And even if I don't invest anything at all, even if I just coast and do my best, whatever is possible in 15 minutes, I'll be there. Now, one thing, don't forget that, is leveling. Because once you leveled up the crown, remember that my crown is now at level 4. Despite skipping a month, let's see where the opponent's crowns are. Eternal Crown. you can see Clerigor, he's at 25, yeah, instead of my 20. I just reached 20. He's at 20, so he's falling behind already. Although Clerigor tends to rush forward. Phoenix, yeah, he retired, only 10. Windry, 20, same as me. So he did an okay job, but not an especially good job. Because you see, I did the maximum possible. Did they do the maximum possible? From now on it's gonna be, I need to get 5,500 plus 800, so 6,300 in total. Eternal Dust. So now we're leveling this up. Don't forget to do this leveling. This one. It's transcend. That's why you need a lot of gold, by the way. A ton of gold. Let me wait, skip a moment. This is worth leveling up. Third level at least. Oh, it's 35, okay, then next time. This requires gold too, by the way. Only 3 stars so far, but still important. So continuing with the level ups. Now all of them are at 20. Even this. And I'm at a disadvantage with emblems as well. Major disadvantage. I don't have enough casting stones because I didn't play for a month. So that will level off as well. Another thing that is playing in my favor is that the more we play, the less the opponent's edge is gonna be meaningful. Because let's say the second level is at like 1 times the effort, the third level is 1.5 times the effort, fourth level is 2 times the effort, fifth level is 3 times the effort. You need to grind more and more to get the exact same result. By the way, if you can afford to do this, then level up all of your units. That's one thing that is worth doing. That's one of the projects that I'm gonna do. So level up all of the units because of roster bonus. Another thing that I usually do, not usually, sometimes, is you see that I have some purple units, some blue units, and those units need to be orange, 6-star orange. Not just because of war machines, but because of other reasons as well, preferably war machines. But this costs a lot of gold. So right now my gold balance is still really high, but sooner or later, because of this action, you will find yourself running out of gold. And 6-starring is important in illusory reshaping, because there you can have a higher damage modifier. That's why playing the arrow game where you shoot dragons is important, especially in early game. So we're going up. And this is an inevitable part, so sometimes at least once per level take care of your units. See how neglected these units are. I'm not saying that you should invest resources on them, but these 3 tokens are definitely worth it. It's also easy to freeze the game altogether with this game mode, or with these upgrades. If you click too quickly and requests and responses go out of sync, then it's possible to freeze the client. Seems like I did this not too long ago, so the increments are relatively low. Anyway, you can see that the strengths didn't change at all because of the bug that the emblems are not taken into consideration, the emblem chart. But now we're a bit stronger, and now you can see where the opponent's strengths and weaknesses are. So with Luca, he did something lately that made him stronger. I can attack him in 2 ways. One of the ways is an attacking formation. Oh wait, I think I clicked too quickly. I'm not sure if I have the proper backup formation set. Anyway, I think I do. So you see that despite the increments, I'm still weaker. Let me see the attack formation, the backup. Yeah, I have the white tiger in it already. Okay. The other formation I usually do is this one. And with Windred, it doesn't matter which formation I do. Actually, it matters, but I think the defensive formation is even better for some reason, because you concentrate attack. So you see that we're close, but we're not quite there. Obviously, he took a lead playing Castle Tower. He took the lead because he got a Covenant pool. He got a Covenant pool since we returned, and I haven't. That's a big game changer for him. Guess what will happen in 2 weeks? Now, with Winry, no matter, he has done a Covenant pool too, but it's not the deciding factor. With him, this is the formation, or this, if we want to make sure that this unit stays defended by others. Or we have a more difficult formation to move this Wasteland Walker to the top so that he goes for the back row. I didn't get much success with it. And you see, because of the synergy of the 2 heroes, so Korita and the other hero, it looks like that I'm not standing a chance. But it's a bit deceptive, because I'm like near halfway at times. Like nearing halfway. And because of these effects, his strength is gonna dampen. So one thing that this game teaches you is have a lot of patience. Phoenix was unbeatable before, right? Now he's very much beatable. I've beaten him multiple times. In a way that I skipped weeks, almost a month. And I returned it after a few days I could beat him already. So he did something really badly. And the other players have their leaks as well. So one thing that you need to learn to be successful at a game like this is patience. Have a lot of patience, and don't sweat the current difficulty of, oh, I'm falling behind and I'm not doing that well. No, if you do the same thing what you have been doing, the opponents will run out of purchasing options sooner or later, and you'll catch up. And they will inevitably focus on their second team and their third team, because there is Dragon League, for example. In Dragon League, you need a second team, third team, and they want to conquer that game mode as well. And while they are busy conquering that, your first team is gonna just skyrocket. While they don't get enough resources from doing their second team, third team upgrade. So eventually, it's inevitable that if you do a good job, you will get to first position. It's inevitable. Not likely, but inevitable. Unless they change the game, because sometimes they do equalizers. For example, Generation 3 Euro was an equalizer. But then it's smart, because then they introduce the emblem chart. And in the emblem chart, obviously, if you have red emblems, it's a paid thing currently, for a while. But then I will have enough resources to collect my own red emblems. It takes time, but I will get there. Okay, so the idea is that I will need to get to rank 2, 3 stars to get the next strength leap. And I'll also need to collect 2 more Everlasting Secrets, which is quite straightforward because in the inventory I have a few. So here are 2 orange emblem things and 4 more. So 6 altogether. I'll take these 2. Because this is an outdated pack. The other pack is the same, but it may participate in events, so I'm just hoarding this. Just like how I'm hoarding other things. So this is one upgrade. And we need to be careful. Now one game mode where Winry doesn't excel at. Battle of Unions. Let's see the ranking. Actually he's better than me. But with this account, like, come on, it cannot play this every single day. It's impossible. So he really doesn't excel at this. And Luca is behind us with an account that is stronger than mine. So something is weird in here. So you see I play this every single day. And if I see a weak enough account, so for example this one, I might as well try this out. You need to have 5 positive scores. And then I usually stop for making sure that the time is spent well. But when you have a weak account like this one, it's tempting. That's where a second team helps as well. And you know why I'm playing this? Not because of the potions that level up the talent, endowment potions or something, not because of that. But because of the marketplace. The very last one, the unions. Here you can get these meteorites. I got 2. As soon as you get these meteorites, rank up. Now I can rank up Everlasting Secret. And if I do that, Growth Resonance will give me 5 meteorites plus 1 emblem. 5. So I only need 3 more meteorites, which is not hard to get this 3rd star, and then I can equip 2 emblems on each unit. We're quite close. I'm not rushing. You know, this is a long game. I don't care when I'm gonna get there. Where are the opponents? Cleric has only 1, lagging behind. Although he is always front running. Luca, only 1. Well, we'll need to see all the units, so whichever is 6-starred. That's where he can have 2 if he needed it. Only 1, lagging behind. Winry. It's not the Judicator that is his main. Maybe this one. By the way, he can stick star this quite easily. You see, he only has a red emblem, so he keeps on purchasing. So he may want to do this as a financial conquest, and he's excelling at this. So the hunt will be a bit longer, it seems. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get there until level 100, but I will get there. That's inevitable. And if I won't get there, well, actually I will, but if it takes more time, then just think about the pressure. He has to keep on purchasing for like hundreds and hundreds just to keep up with my pace. That's the real difficulty, because this account can do miracles. Long game. So that's it. You see, the account purchased basically $30 worth of stuff all together, and that's where I ended all the purchases. And now you can see that it doesn't look that bright, especially in the arena. In fact, it looks really boring. But based on evidence, there is gonna be a battle with Winry sooner or later, where I just inevitably go past. I have 1 emblem, he has like 3 emblems unlocked. And sooner or later I'll collect this for my main team, and by that time he will not even know what to work on. Now there is one last jump that he can still do. 6-starring the Judicator, 6-starring the Battle Angel. Well, his Arcane Archer is already 6-starred, but he can 6-star this unit, and he can 6-star this unit, so he's a bit out of balance. But once he unlocks the domains, it's gonna be another jump for him. And I think I won't catch up with him until he 6-stars all these units. So I have to execute swiftly. That's the idea. And this is how you beat stronger units. It's not rocket science, it's not even difficult. It's just hard to digest that you have to sit there for a really long time. And the opponent will one day not know what hit him. And how come that he had all these investments and all these units that are just as strong as yours, everything else, and he's still weaker. He just won't know this, because the difference lies in battle formation that I do every day, Eternal Crown. Well, actually it's visible, so you will see this, illusory reshaping, and marketplace purchases every single day. Do this. I stopped purchasing units, by the way. So purchase the resources, arena. I can stop purchasing rocks, I don't need them. These look fine. I don't need to refresh. Campaign. Yeah, SSR, that's the most important thing. In artifacts, there is one thing that you can do initially, and I didn't do this. Let's see my artifacts. I'm kind of weak, but 1-star in gold, or not 1-star, level 1 in gold, the artifacts helps. So, for example, here we'll collect this one. It's not hard. Dragon Fodder, you need 5. Sword of Frosts, Armageddon's Blade, Angelic Alliance. Now these are easy to get. The Orb, and I'm hunting for Apple of Eden, so Crystal Ball and Ankh. So let's see, marketplace, artifact. Are we getting, we got Crystal's Call. I already have Crystal's Call, unfortunately. So I collect them one by one. We have Crystal's Call. With Envoy, getting it to level 1 doesn't hurt. There is a Cloak, Statesman Medal. So, artifact. Unfortunately, it's not the one that we have. And let's see, Ring of Infinite Gems. For Cornucopia, because you get rewards every week for Cornucopia. Gems is already +3, so I would need this one, Sulfur, and the Hero Armor. There I'm doing really badly, so I hoard all my Astro Silver for this. In fact, there is 84 currently. And I don't have contract, by the way. I'm not sure if I will ever get it. At least on this account. On others I do. Or yeah, on at least one other. So that's it. That's how you level up. And one last trick is Vidominus event, if you know it. Since that event hit me, I keep on hoarding everything I don't need right now. For example, Star Souls. For example, these. Because this is a new thing, so most likely when they update it, they're gonna get this in there. I don't have anything else to hoard right now, I think. Yeah, I don't. But I started hoarding these things. That's also a small edge. And with proper execution, it's gonna be inevitable. So I keep on playing this account so that I can demonstrate that it's possible.